check in for the Bucks. Brown played briefly for the Rockets a couple of seasons ago. Woodson comes off a pick, missed the shot. Jay Humphries. Brayer puts it up for two.
That's sort of like a hook shot, that little jump hook. Why players don't shoot it more often, especially smaller players down there? There's no way a big man can guard a hook shot. Not blocking.
Corner by Maxwell. Going to be long. Larry Smith tips the ball out, keeps it alive. To Olajuwon. All he's got to do is take it straight up. He does for two. 11 points for Hakeem Olajuwon. 43-27. Brown on the wing. Inside Brayer. Guarded by Wiggins. Double team. Woodson comes over. Olajuwon comes out to maybe block the shot. Loose ball goes. Now Houston has it. Smith. Olajuwon is grabbed by Tony Brown, and he'll shoot two.
Sorry, Tony. Sorry, Del. They're going to let him shoot. Sorry, Fred. They're going to let him shoot two.
Well, they have to, or either call a breakaway because he had a dunk shot. What are you going to do if you don't grab him by the arms?
Something about dunk shots, players don't like it. They'll even take a dangerous foul, their fourth foul, just to keep them from doing it. It's sort of too much of an affront to you. It's just something about breakaways. You don't want to let guys get them and get their momentum going in the crowd and everybody else.
Olajuwon has been doing a brilliant job of shooting free throws. In the last month, he's averaging 80% a game. 45-27, Rockets with an 18-point lead. Jeff Brayer goes baseline, cut off by Smith. Cadillac Anderson has it blocked by Olajuwon. Inside, Fred Roberts.
Fred Roberts assists Brayer.
Hakeem gets so many opportunities to block shots, but when he has two fouls on him, you want to hope the players play a little bit tougher defense to keep him from having to try to block.
That's a good point. Hakeem, nice pass. Wiggins has it blocked by Anderson. Going to be goaltending. Wiggins was up over the rim. And goaltending called on the Cadillac.
Boy, that looks like a good play. Good play by Mitch Wiggins and a good play by Anderson. Look right there.
Anderson very quick. 47-29. Houston leading at 6:50 left to play in the first half. Wiggins all over Brayer. Shot clock is down to 5. It's down to 4. And a foul is called on Larry Smith. Timeout charge to Houston. 6:41 left to play. In the second period, the Rockets in charge, 47-29.
All right, Captain, we're going to have a coin toss now. If there's any team, we'll call it in the air. We want a good, clean game. We're all professionals here. Does anyone have change for $1?
What? Want to get away? Now you can with Southwest Airlines Friends Fly Free. Just buy a round-trip full-fare ticket, and a friend flies free.
You are now free to move about the country.
There's a lot of reasons why so many people who take care of their cars turn to AutoZone each week. The low prices on the replacement parts they really need, and the large selection of the things they simply want. But most of all, they come to AutoZone because of the helpful, friendly people who work there. Kind of folks who know their stuff and who'll go the extra mile to help you out. Because after all, taking pride in taking care of people is what AutoZone is all about.
Is it pain? Is it pleasure? Gatorade, is it in you?
Hi, I'd like to start getting home delivery of the Sunday New York Times.
Now you can enjoy Sunday even more by getting the New York Times delivered to your home every weekend. And when you call now, you'll get 50% off the regular home delivery price.
I enjoy waking up and having the Sunday New York Times waiting for me. I know it'll tell me things that I won't hear, read, or see, anywhere else.
I get international and cultural news, and I get a jump on the week ahead.
Call now to order, and you'll get the book review, travel, arts and leisure, week in review, and the New York Times Magazine.
On Sunday mornings, we catch up on what we really love. She goes straight for arts and leisure. I check out the magazine.
So call now to enjoy the Sunday New York Times for 8 weeks with home delivery at 50% off.
Hi. I'd like to start getting the Sunday New York Times at home.
I think the only thing I enjoy more than doing the crossword puzzle is actually finishing it.
Call now, 1-800-496-2453, and get the Sunday New York Times delivered to your home every weekend.
For me, Sunday was made for the New York Times.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
Olajuwon with 13 points, 9 rebounds, 5 blocked shots, and 3 assists. And we're still in the first half.
I mean, Akeem is playing so well. He just never has a bad game. One way or the other, he does damage. I just can't remember the last time I saw him with a poor game.
Well, there's some games, Mike, where you'd rather see him pass it a little more, maybe create a little more offense for the rest of his teammates, but other than that, that's about really the only flaw.
And maybe that's more under pressure or a game situation where he wants to do it. It's just his personality to try to win it. But compared to what he used to do, how he passes now, he looks like a league leader.
Here comes some pressure by Milwaukee. Trying to create some turnovers. The Rockets handle it okay, but the shot clock is already down to 11. Shot clock is now at 7. Trying to post up Olajuwon. Going to be tough. Maxwell's going to have to take it. Morris only stood to a team. 1 second left, and it goes. Goodness gracious, the whole city of Milwaukee was around him when the ball went in. 15 points for Olajuwon. 49-31. Rockets, 6 minutes left to play in the first half. Jay Humphries goes in. Olajuwon made him change his shot. Ball is loose in the middle, and a foul is called on Larry Smith. Excuse me, it's going to be on Maxwell. I didn't see Maxwell in there. I saw Smith, and Otis Thorpe will check back in. Larry Smith will go to the bench.
And he's not happy because he didn't get the rebound. Right in his hands, he said.
Again, good work for Smith. At 4 rebounds in the minutes played.
He's a synonym for work. Now, get it, Bill. What are you going to do?
Well, we're going to let Phil Boudreau. Right. Good hands, Boods. He got his left hand on it there.
You were ready, though. You had the left hand out. You lefty?
I'm a lefty, but Boods is a righty, see?
There you go, Boods.
Mike Woodson comes in. Buck Johnson goes in, I should say, and Woodson comes to the bench. Fred Roberts. Tony Brown will take a quick shot. He's short, but he follows his shot. And he missed it. Buck Johnson with the rebound. Quickly to Wiggins. Rockets want to run. Open court. Otis Thorpe looking underneath for Olajuwon. Back to Buck Johnson. Down to Akeem. Fall away baseline. Not there, and Humphries with the rebound. So far, the Bucks backcourt is shooting 5 of 22, make it 6 of 23 now, and that has hurt the Bucks. So the outside shooting for Houston has been questioned for the most part all season long, but the Bucks shooting very coldly from the outside. But of course, they're missing 2 of their better shooters too, and Signet and Pierce.
Interesting that all the shots are coming from the outside, though. That says something about a team's presence inside.
Buck Johnson with a turnaround. Oh, he can get that all night on Gray. Buck with a big height advantage. It's a good inside move. 10 points for Buck Johnson. 51-33 Rockets. 4:44 left to play in the first half. Gray with a miss. Olajuwon to Wiggins. Look at that pass, and a foul called on Humphries.
And the only bad thing about that is Akeem doesn't get an assist that he deserves. I think if a guy makes his 2 free throws, the player ought to get an assist.
They're going to call a breakaway on this too, Mike Newland. So it's going to be 2 free throws plus the ball for Houston.
Well, I'm repeating myself, but again, in a situation like that, I think a player should get an assist if the guy makes both free throws and a half an assist if he only makes 1.
Alvin Robertson checks in. Not a particularly good outside shooter either for Milwaukee, so the Bucks are hurting for some kind of outside scoring. They're not going to get it inside with Houston. Wiggins with both free throws. Sleepy Floyd in for Houston, so it'll be again the starting 5 for Don Chaney. Maxwell with some good minutes. Good defensive play. Rockets with their largest lead of the game, 20 points. Wiggins on the miss from the outside. Cadillac Anderson just put his head down, tried to throw in over Olajuwon. Swatted away. The 6th block of the game for Akeem. Otis Thorpe in the open court. OT for 2.
Wow. What a play. Great stuff. Geez, these guys are athletic.
Timeout by Milwaukee. The Bucks are in trouble, and they know it. Playing shorthanded. The Rockets running and gunning.
Here's a tool so handy you'll want several. One for the toolbox, workshop, camper, boat, car, even the kitchen drawer. It slices and strips wire faster and cleaner than any other wire cutters we've seen. Just turn and pull, and the wire practically jumps out of its skin. You get a perfect pigtail every time. Its carbide sharpener will put a super sharp, long-lasting edge on almost any blade in your home. It cuts tile, slices and strips wire, it sharpens, and more. No wonder it's called the multi-tool. What it does will amaze you and everybody else. Now, for a limited time, if you take advantage of this special TV offer, we'll tell you how to get a multi-tool absolutely free. Yes, one free if you order from this TV ad now. Watch carefully. Have you ever seen anything cut glass like this tool? This is 3/8-inch thick steel-reinforced plate glass. Let's see if multi-tool is up to the challenge. There you go. No problem. From thick glass to delicate mirror, multi-tool cuts it safely and easily. Call or send now. There's never been a better tool for cutting tile. You can get multi-tool for only $9.98. Why, this one circular tile cut alone is worth the price of multi-tool. At the other end, you'll find a blade so sharp it slices carpet effortlessly without rips or tears. You'll use it again and again because it's the sharpest knife you'll ever own. Special carbide grooves let you sharpen scissors. Even inexpensive kids' scissors will cut like magic. Multi-tool brings new life to old tools, like these rusted trimmers. Dull metal particles fly off as multi-tool puts a new edge on this old hoe. Use it on lawnmower blades and axes. Call or send now. Multi-tool is only $9.98. Order 2 and we'll include a 3rd multi-tool free. Yes, order 2 and you'll get 1 free. Act now.
Lifestyle? Break away to Stonebridge Ranch, where you can sail around our lakes, hit the trails, lob a winner, tear up the turf, make a splash, and kick up some sand at the Stonebridge Ranch Private Beach Club, of course. Come on out and pick your new home. We've got them all. Carefree patio homes, golf villas, family homes, and luxury estates. Rev up your lifestyle today at Stonebridge Ranch in McKinney. Take Highway 75 north to exit 40 and turn left.
The inside intimidation of the Rockets has been just too much for Milwaukee here in the first half. Olajuwon already with 7 blocked shots in the inside in the first half. The Bucks just can't get a layup inside the paint, and they can't make it from the outside.
And he didn't get him early. I mean, he started getting him midway through the first quarter.
Humphries puts it up from 14. Floyd fell down.
The intensity of the Rockets has been great. I mean, it's as if they were playing the Lakers.
Rockets up by 20 points, 3:30 left to play. Thorpe back to Buck Johnson. He strokes it from 20, just a bit shy.
Can't fall back on that shot. Too far away.
Humphries blocked by Buck into the first row. Buck Johnson with 2 block shots tonight.
Makes 9 for the team if Akeem has 7. 9 block shots.
House gets the double team. Humphries is open for a moment, but now another double team on Humphries. Allen Robertson picked up. Great defense by Houston. Look at that. Sleepy to Wiggins. Wiggins cuts to the middle. Misses the shot, and Humphries comes back the other way. Now it's a 3-on-3, and Milwaukee will wait. Lowhouse the trailer. Again, a loose ball. Wiggins picks it up. Sleepy from 17. And Humphries will bring it up. Alvin Robertson to Rojas for 2.
Nice pass. The Rockets take a couple opportunities. Sleepy went to the side instead of the free throw line. Hard to shoot on going sideways.
Otis Thorpe put it up, and it's touched by Wiggins. It won't count. The ball was going in. It would have counted, but Wiggins touched it while it was still on the rim. And that's just a mental breakdown on Mitch's part.
Because it was a long time before you heard the whistle, but he knew it as soon as he did it. You don't want to do it, but it's just sitting there. It's so big and round.
Tell you, the last time he went up to the rim like that was on Ralph Sampson's miracle shot against the Lakers. You remember? But he pulled back in the nick of time.
Yeah, wouldn't that have been hurtful?
Thank goodness.
Wouldn't that have been hurtful?
Otis gets 1 out of 2, and it's 56-37 Rockets. 2:25 left to play in the first half. Rockets have intimidated from the outset. With a tough inside game, dominating on the boards. Alvin Robertson picked up by Buck Johnson. Elijah Wan comes outside to Humphries with a great move, huh? 7 points.
2 minutes remaining in the period.
Team's down there already posted up. He said, let's go. Let's have the ball. Elijah misses the shot. Rebound Humphries. Robertson. The low house. Little turnaround for 2.
Yep, that's the way they can hurt you. Kick back into the game, and now it's a 15-point lead.
6 points for Brad Lowhouse. Don Chaney wants a 20-second timeout.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't want to lose the advantage. You get a 19-point lead. You want to get over to the 20-point bracket. Otherwise, the team starts to feel encouraged if they can kind of slide back in with a minute 39 back in within 15. I mean, that's nothing.
But, Mike, Milwaukee shooting only 39%, and Houston has really done a good job defensively. Houston has limited the opponents to less than 50% shooting in 13 of the last 15 games. And so the defense for Don Chaney has been very adequate. And, of course, Del Harris knows a lot about defense. He feels that's so important.
Well, he'll go into the locker room, though, taking that very statistic and say, look, we're only 15 down, and we only shot 33. It just depends on which locker you're in.
Double team coming on Floyd. Pressure to Buck Johnson. Over to Otis Thorpe, to Wiggins, to Elijah Wan, and he's fouled. Excellent ball movement by the Rockets.
And that set offense on the fast break. But Mitch Wiggins made that play looking. He even signaled to Akeem to come in for the ball before he made the pass. So nice to have Akeem as an option there.
One out of 2 for Elijah Wan. Red Roberts trying to get free. The Rockets really putting the pressure. Baseline defense. Those backdoor picks by Milwaukee not working. Red Roberts out front. Pass to Cadillac. He misses, and the ball is tipped in, and I think Otis Thorpe had more to do with it, but give it to Brad Lowhouse.
That's when you don't box out. A guy still has life.
Sleepy with his second three-pointer of the game and his 72nd of the season. And Humphries misses at the other end. Tipped up and in by Alvin Robertson. The Rockets wanted offensive goaltending. Won't get it.
He didn't get much time to enjoy anything. He came right back within 3 seconds. Had 2 of those 3 that he made back.
Johnson out front. 8 on the shot clock. 32 in the game. Elijah put it up. Jump ball. Robertson ties him up, and Alvin knows that's a losing proposition.
But this Alvin Robertson is an impressive guy because he's so involved. Look, he just scored the hoop down at the other end, and look right there. He's back on defense. This kid's a great player.
Number 4 in the NBA in steals per game. That's about 2.5.
That's about as low as you'll find him, too.
Keane wins it easily. Johnson is fouled. Get in. It won't go, and he'll shoot 2. Rockets were looking for the three-point play. For Robertson, his 3rd personal foul.
That's another player that's been shooting his free throws. They're almost up to 80 now. 77, over 77%.
Over the last 13 games, Buck is 40 of 47, so just under 87% from the line in the last 13 games.
He's really made the effort and the concentration in practice. Well, it's just giving him a whole new dimension.
Rockets will press here, Mike. They'd like to get the ball one more time. 14 on the shot clock. 13 in the game. Wiggins gets the steal. Otis Thorpe takes it in on Lohaus and just muscles it in for two. And the Rockets.
Perfect strategy for the Rockets with only 5 seconds left now.
And a foul is called on Otis Thorpe. That will send the Bucks to the line with 3.3 remaining.
It's only their 4th team foul. Did they get 2 in the last 2 minutes, or they still got a little life?
They're going to have a 20-second timeout taken by Del Harris. No, the Bucks will have to bring it in.
That's why I guess Del Harris called the 20 to try to work something in the last 3.3 seconds.
Rockets had 1 to give.
Well, they really conserved those fouls that quarter, didn't they? But just like you said, Bill, Mitch Wiggins, you said they'd sure like to get the ball back. You can see on the clock there was 12 seconds left. And here they do get it right back, just like Don Chaney would have fashioned it. And of course, we know Otis Thorpe knows how to finish off a fast break.
Boy, does he ever. The Rockets doing a good job. 11 points for Buck Johnson. Otis Thorpe with 17. Olajuwon with 16. 8 for Wiggins and 6 for Floyd. So you're starting 5, almost all in double figures. And that poses a problem for Del Harris, who's a couple of men shy tonight.
Well, that's a good point.
And he's also a coach shy. Del Harris, Mike Dunleavy, his assistant coach, had chest pains today while walking around the Galleria. And he's under observation tonight. Lohaus puts it up at the buzzer. It won't go. And that's the end of the first half of play. Super first half by Houston. 63, the Bucks 45. Don Chaney standing by with Calvin Murphy.
Coach, tremendous first half. We're back to basic basketball. Few turnovers. We kept them off the foul line. We did a tremendous job holding them down defensively.
I thought we've done a great job so far, Murphy. We can't have slight mental lapse where we allow them to make 8-0 runs on us. And they made a run on us where we didn't score. They scored 8 points. Away from that, we have to do a better job on the board. There's no way this team should be even with us on rebounds. I think we've given up 13 offensive boards. We got to make sure we box out and do a better job.
You started the second half. As long as there's no mental lapse, we should come home with a victory.
I hope so. I think the third quarter is key for us. We have to come out aggressive and fired up.
Good luck the second half, Coach. Bill?
All right, Calvin, thank you so much. As we take a look at the shooting percentage, only 38% for Milwaukee, so the Rockets really clamping down on defense. And in the rebounding department, just about even. And in the turnovers, the Rockets with only 5 turnovers in the first half of play. That'll win for you just about any time. Brad Lohaus leading the way for Milwaukee with 8. Fred Roberts with 8. Humphries with 7. And 3 other players with 6. For the Rockets, it's well spread out. Otis Thorpe with 17. Hakeem Olajuwon 16. And it's Buck Johnson and Mitchell Wiggins.
I feel a presence. Harold, is that you?
Hey, Mr. Internet Wonder Boy. What? Over here. Over here.
You think you got it all, don't you? Well, but there's just a tiny little voice inside saying there's got to be something new, something that makes you want to stand up and say, yeah, baby, this is what I need. Yeah. Here it is. New Pepsi One. Massive cola taste, only 1 calorie. It's got it all. And you know what it's saying to you, don't you? No. Put down your mouse and curl up with me, baby, because I'm all you ever need. I want that. You want that. I want that. You want that. Now you got it all, baby.
New Pepsi One. Time to get a rush. Casio G-Shocks Rush Hour. Crank, racing, jump, mountain biking, motocross, and more. Board wild, skate, snow, wake, and surf. Extreme Sports, a weekly wrap-up of all the action. Extremists, the most extreme athletes, the most outrageous stunts. Friday, the best of Rush Hour. Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Get a rush with Casio G-Shocks Rush Hour.
I've got love on my mind. Honey, you are my shining star. Baby, can you stop the rain?
Presenting Body and Soul.
Here and now,
Luther Vandross.
I promise to love faithfully.
Freddie Jackson. Get Body and Soul on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes.
When I get that feeling, I want sexual healing.
Then audition other great Body and Soul albums.
Let me love you down.
Call now to get Body and Soul.
Call 1-800-763-3838 or send $17.99 for 2 cassettes or $19.99 for 2 CDs plus $3.95 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
This is Fox Sports Southwest. Welcome back to the NBA's greatest games.
For the Rockets, same starting 5. It'll be Sleepy Floyd Wiggins, Otis Thorpe, Buck Johnson, Hakeem Olajuwon. And for the Milwaukee Bucks, Krzysztofiak, Humphries, Alvin Robertson, Fred Roberts, and Cadillac Anderson. Here's a pressure again by the Rockets. Fred Roberts. Cadillac picks it up over the team, and he made him alter his shot. He didn't get the block that time, but he might as well have. Quickly up to Sleepy Floyd. Olajuwon and Buck Johnson are still back behind the pack, and that allowed Milwaukee to steal the ball. Humphries. Alvin Robertson with the miss. And Buck Johnson gets the loose ball, but Robertson knocks it away, and Humphries gets it right back. Now the Bucks will wait on Anderson, so a helter-skelter start for the second half of play.
There's certainly not going to be any lackadaisical attitudes from anybody. You can see that right off the bat.
Fred Roberts, tough shot.
Boy, you know, that's one of the most basic plays ever learned in high school. Fake riding goal after still work.
He's from your neck of the woods.
Well, I just ended up in that neck of the woods. I'm actually from Oregon, but he played ball at BYU. And I went to Utah University. It was a beautiful place to go.
Roberts played for the Jazz for a while, played for Boston. He's been around, but he's a good, valuable player to have.
Geez, he really is. I mean, you'll see before the night's out how valuable.
Double team quickly on Hakeem. Look at how he spotted Wiggins, who uses the... Great job by Hakeem. He looked all over the court and went over the top. 10 points for Wiggins. 5 assists now for Olajuwon. Robertson is fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Boy, you know, as a guard on defense, when a guy catches the ball that close to the basket, you know you're in trouble. But Mitch is saying, really bumped into me. I actually have my hands back. You don't mean to call that foul on me. And yet I just hammered him last time you let it go. That's the deal about fouls.
There you see what Robertson can do so well. Rebounding, steals a lot of balls, doesn't score a lot. Wiggins from the wing on the miss. Krzysztofiak with a tough rebound. Robertson, Fred Robertson, the open court. He went everywhere to the bucket, but without the basketball.
How did he lose that? Oh, I see.
Didn't clamp down on it. Floyd over to Thorpe. 15 short. Otis goes for the rebound, but deflects it to Roberts. Quickly down court to Robertson, who runs it down to 2.
That's a nice pass, Jay Humphries with the left hand. And you don't want to let them get back life. That's 14-point lead. You got to keep them down. Just 18 a second ago.
Otis Thorpe in the open court, takes it in. Goes off the iron. It looked like one of my putts. Just about to go in and comes back out. 65-51 Rockets. 9:27.
Those Rayburn greens are different, are they?
Well, the shot clock is down to 5. They didn't count that as touching anything, so Humphreys will put up 3. And Cadillac Anderson with the rebound. New shot clock for Milwaukee.
Helter Skelter is just right, Bill, but seems to be Milwaukee the one responding to it.
Stoviak looking inside, nothing there. Big arms in front of him. Off the foot. Stoviak with 2 seconds on the shot. Actually, that took about 20, I should say more than that. About 50 seconds for Milwaukee to get off a shot finally, 2 clocks, and Don Chaney calls a timeout. Rockets 65, the Bucks creeping back in it at 53.
The AIM Investor Pop Quiz. The first step to smarter investing is hoarding every penny, cutting up all your credit cards, seeing a financial consultant. Peace of mind comes from investing with discipline. AIM Mutual Funds.